Hi guys, it's Marty here from letsbuildwp.com, and in this sponsored video, I'm going to show you how to get started with Omnisend on WordPress for free. So for anyone who doesn't know already, Omnisend is an email and SMS marketing tool that helps us to create different types of forms for our website. Then we can use it to automate emails, text messages, and push notifications, which will save us a ton of time in our marketing. In this video, I'm going to cover connecting Omnisend to our WordPress website, creating different types of forms, including a basic email collection form and a timed pop-up. Then I'll also show you how to set up automatic emails to be sent to our subscribers. With a free Omnisend account, we can collect up to 250 email contacts and send 500 emails a month. Then we also get 500 push notifications and a balance of $1 for text messages. So if you're ready, this is how to get started with Omnisend on WordPress for free. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is set up our Omnisend account. So we're going to open up our internet browser and visit omnisend.com. Then once we get here, we're going to click where it says Start Free in the middle. Then here we can either sign up using a Shopify or Google account if we have one, or click Sign Up with Email. Then we just need to fill out our information, agree to their terms, and click Sign Up at the bottom. Then once we've signed up for our account and logged in, we're going to be on the dashboard homepage. Now on the left, we're going to click Connect Your Store. And this will show us all the different options for linking our website, including things like Shopify, Wix, and OpenCart. Or if we scroll down, we can click on WordPress here at the bottom. Now on this page, we'll see the first thing we need to do is install and activate the Omnisend plugin on our website. And if we click this button, this will open up the plugin page on wordpress.org. This is so we can download the plugin to our computer and then upload it to our website. But an easier way to do this is by searching for it from within our WordPress dashboard. So we can close out of the plugin page Then we're going to open up our WordPress website in a new tab and log into the dashboard. Then we need to hover over Plugins on the left and click Add New Plugin. Now we're going to click into the search bar in the top right and type Omnisend. Then when it shows up, this is the one we're looking for here. It's called Newsletters, Email Marketing, SMS and Pop-ups by Omnisend. And when we find this one, we just need to click Install Now. Give it a few seconds to install, and then click Activate. Then once the plugin's active on our site, we're going to click into where it now says Omnisend Email Marketing in our left dashboard menu, and then click where it says Connect to Omnisend in the middle. Now on this page, if we look down at the bottom, we'll see it asks for our API key. To get this, we're going to go back to Omnisend, and here we'll see it gives us our API key. So we just need to click Copy API Key on the right, then head back to WordPress and paste the API key that we just copied into this box at the bottom. Now if we click Connect Omnisend, at this point we should get a message saying you're connected to Omnisend. Then if we head back to Omnisend in the other tab and refresh the page, we'll see that our website has been connected. Now it is always going to refer to our website as a store on Omnisend, but we don't need to be running an online store to use it. And now that we've connected our Omnisend account to our website, we can create our first form. For this one, I'm going to create a basic form to collect emails that will then trigger an automatic email when someone signs up. This form will always be visible wherever we add it, and we can add it to any of our pages, posts, or widget areas on WordPress. Then after this, I'll also show you how to create pop-up forms as well. So to create a basic email form, we need to click into Forms at the top. Then Omnisend comes with a form already started for us. If we want to use this, we can click Preview and Launch Form. But instead, we're going to click View Other Form Types to create a new one. And this will show us all the different templates we can choose from. Over on the left, under where it says Type, we're going to check the box beside Embedded, and this way it will only show us the embedded forms. Now we're going to hover over this one, called Simple Email Capture, and then click Use Template. And this will bring us into the form builder. Here we can see we have a preview of our form in the middle, and then we have a bunch of different items we can add to the form on the left. Then the first thing we're going to do in here is change the text. So I'm just going to delete the text that's already here, and then type Join our newsletter. Then once we've changed it, if we click on the text again to select it, and look over to the right, we'll see we have a few different options here. So at the top we can change our heading style, and if I change this to heading large, we'll see the text gets bigger in the editor. But I'm going to put mine back to medium. Then we can also change the font if we like, and they have tons of different fonts to choose from. I like how it looks at the moment though, so I'm going to leave mine on 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏. Then beside this we can change the font size, and I'm going to make mine a little smaller so it doesn't take up 2 lines. Then we can also change the line height here if we need to. And then under this we can change the text color. And when we do this, we'll see it updates in the preview. I don't really want mine to be blue though, so I'm just going to change the color again. And this time I'm going to go for green. Then under this we have a few different text and alignment options if we need them. And then once we're happy with our heading text, we can change the subheading in the same way. So first I'm just going to change the text itself. And for this I'm going to type Get fresh content delivered straight to your inbox. Then once again, if we click on the text to select it, we get all the same options on the right. To save some time in this video, I'm just going to leave these as they are for mine, but you can change them if you like. Then once we're done here, we can click on the email field in the preview, and then we have the different options for this on the right. So first we have placeholder text, and this is the text that appears inside the box when it's blank. This says enter your email by default. Then if I add the word address in here, we'll see it updates in the preview. Then under this, if we check the box beside Add Label, we can add some label text in here. And we'll see it appears above the email field on the form. But I'm just going to uncheck this box again to remove it, as I don't really think it's necessary. Then we want to keep this box beside Field Required checked, and this means the user will be required to enter an email address before they can submit the form. Then under this we have Required Message, and this is a message that will appear if someone tries to submit the form without entering an email address. Then we also have our error message under this, which will show if the email address is incorrect. We can change the text for both of these if we like, but I think the defaults are good, so I'm going to keep them as they are. Then once we're done here, we can click on the sign up button in the preview, and then once again, we get the different options on the right. So first, under button action, we can change what this button will do when it's clicked. But as we're creating a sign up form, we're going to want to leave this on submit form. Then under this, we can change the button text. And we'll see it updates in the preview. Then over on the right, we can also change the button style, and there are 3 different button types to choose from. We have primary, then secondary, and tertiary. But I'm going to put mine back to primary as I think it looked best. Then under this, we can change the button alignment as well, but I'm going to leave this as it is. Then if we want to style our button even further, we can click into where it says Button Settings on the right. Then click into the button type we have set on our form. And this will give us a bunch of different styling options for our button. So we can change our font and text size at the top. And then under this we can change the button shape. Then we can also change the button text color and the background color under this. I'm going to leave the text white for mine, but I am going to change the background color. And when I do, we'll see it updates in the preview. And if we want to choose a custom color, we can click here on the right to choose the color. Then if we click this plus symbol, we can set this to whatever color we like. Then just click the Add Color button to add it, and we'll see it updates in the preview. Then if we ever change something, and then want to change it back, we can use this Undo button at the top, and we'll see it goes back to the way it was before. Then if we click on the Form button again in the preview to select it, click back into Button Settings on the right, choose the button type we're using, and scroll down. We also have a few other styling options for our button here as well. Then once we're done with our button, if we click on the email field in the preview, then click into Field Settings on the right, we can change the styling and colors for this as well. Then once we're done here, if we click in the top right corner of our form, we can change the background color on the right, and we'll see it updates on the left. And for mine, I'm going to change this to be solid white. Then under the color, we can also change the opacity if we need to. Then once we're happy with this color, we can do the same for the bottom part of our form. So we just need to click in the top right corner of this part, and then change the color on the right. And for this one, I'm going to make it the same shade of green as my text. Then we can also change the opacity of this color as well. Now when I change the background color, we'll see the email field is also changing color, which I don't want. So to change the color of our email field, we just need to click on it in the preview, then click into Field Settings on the right, and then we can change the background color here. and I think this looks a lot better. Now, one of the awesome things about Omnisend is that the forms are 100% mobile friendly, which means they're going to look awesome on any device. So in the preview we're seeing at the moment, this is what it's going to look like on a desktop or tablet. And then if we click this icon in the top right, this is what it's going to look like on a mobile phone. Now we can see here in mine that this text is a little too big for mobile. So I'm just going to click on it and then change the font size on the right to be smaller. And this looks much better. Then once we're happy with how this looks on both desktop and mobile, we can start adding more stuff to our form. So say for example we wanted to ask for our visitor's name and email address instead of just their email. We just need to click and drag the input block from the left to wherever we want it in our form. And we'll see the name field is now in our form. Then if we click on it, we'll see we can change everything on the right in the same way as the email field. Now, I'm only really wanting to ask for the email address, so I'm going to delete the name field again for mine. So to delete something from our form, we just need to click on it, then click this red trash icon here, and it'll be removed from the form. Then we can also add this phone number block to our form if we like, if we want to ask for the user's phone number. And once again, the options for this will be changed in the same way as the email field. Then if we want to add an image to our form, we just need to click and drag the image block to wherever we want it in our form. Then over on the right, we're going to click Select Files, find the image on our computer, click on it, and click Open. Then once it's been uploaded, we'll see the image is now added to our form. And if we want to change the order of anything in our form, we can just click and drag it into the position we want. And we can do this for anything in our form, not just the images. Although for mine, I'm just going to delete this image again, as the colors don't really go together. So to delete the image, I'm going to click on it, and then click the trash icon. Then we can click and drag more items into the form if we like, and the options will always be on the right. I'll link to a few tutorials and resources underneath that will explain each of these in more detail. But I'm just going to leave mine as it is for this example. Then once we're happy with our form, we can click where it says Success down at the bottom, and this is what's going to appear after someone successfully completes the form. So once again we have the preview in the middle, and then any items we can add on the left. And we can change everything here in the same way as our form, but to save time, I'm just going to do this. Then once we're finished with our success page, we're going to click into Subscribed down at the bottom. And this is the message that will appear if someone tries to sign up again using the same email address. And once again, we can change this in the same way as before. Then once we're finished here, we can click into Form at the bottom to get back to the main form. And now that we're finished designing our form, we can click into where it says Audience Management on the right. Then here at the top we can see it says Set up a tag to determine if your subscribers came from this form. This allows you to send them tailored messages. So basically, when someone signs up using the form, it's going to add these tags to the subscriber's details, which means we can keep track of who came from where. We get 2 tags automatically added for us, which are Form Subscriber and Embedded Simple Capture. I'm just going to remove both of these for mine by clicking the X to the right of them. And then I'm going to add a new one by typing it into this box. And I'm going to call this Newsletter Form. Then click Create New to create the tag. So now anyone who uses this form will have this tag attached to their information to help me keep track. Then under this we have an option to enable double opt-in, which will make it so the users need to click a link in the welcome email to confirm they want to join the list. This will result in less subscribers, but higher quality. And I'm going to leave this unchecked for mine. Then once we're done here, we're going to click Save and Close in the top right. And now we'll see our new form has been added to this list. This is going to be called Simple Email Capture by default, but to change the name, we just need to click into the form again to open it up in the editor. Then up in the top left, we're going to click Edit beside the name and type the new name into this box. Now we just need to click Update and then click Save and Close in the top right. And at this point we'll see the name of our form has been changed. Then before we add this new form to our website, we're going to set up the automatic welcome email, which will be sent after someone fills out the form. And this is done by creating what's known as a workflow. To do this, we need to click into Automation at the top. Then, just like with our form, Omnisend have a workflow started for us. But instead of using this, we're going to click Explore All Workflows at the bottom to create a new one. And this will show us all the different workflows we can choose from. And we're going to be using the first one called Welcome Email for this. So we just need to click where it says Customize Workflow underneath. And this will bring us into the workflow editor. Then up at the top we have our trigger, and this is going to be the action that starts the workflow. Then it's going to wait for 1 minute, and then send our welcome email. And then once this is done, they'll exit the workflow. So to get started here, we're going to click on the trigger at the top, and then over on the right, we have the different options. So at the top, we can set what'll trigger this workflow. At the moment, it's set to trigger when someone signs up using a form. Then there are also a bunch of different options we can experiment with. But for now, we're going to keep it on sign up. Then under this we have trigger filters. So at the moment this is going to trigger for all forms we create on Omnisend, but if we want to set it so it only triggers when someone uses the form we just created, we just need to click on Trigger Filters. Then click into this drop-down menu and choose Form. Then we're going to set the second one to Is, and then for the last one, we're going to choose our new form, and then click Save. Now, over here at the top, we can see our trigger filter has been set, and now this will only trigger when someone fills out the new form. Then if we look over to the right, we have a few other options here as well, but we're going to leave these for now as we don't need them for this type of form. And then once we're done here, we can click Update at the bottom to save our changes. Now if we click where it says Wait for 1 minute here in the middle, and look over to the right, we can change the duration. So this is how long it will wait before sending the email. Then under this we also have an option to limit our emails to certain days of the week, but I'm going to leave this unchecked. And if we change anything here, we just need to click Update at the bottom to save our changes. Then once we're done here, we can click into this last block in the middle, which represents the actual email. Now, over on the right, here we can set the email's subject line, pre-header, and the sender's name. Then under this we have the sender's email address. By default, this is going to be set to shared Omnisend email, which is the email address we used when signing up for our account. Or if we want to change this, we can click Edit Sender's Email, and then enter the email address we want to use. Then under this we can change the reply to email address if we like. And then once we're done here, we're going to click Edit Content. Then click Save in the middle to save our changes. And now we can edit the content of the email itself. And as we can see, the email builder is very similar to the form builder. So we have our email in the middle, and then the different item blocks we can add to it on the left. And when we add something or click on it, the options will always appear on the right. So first we can change our logo at the top. To do this, we just need to click on it. Then over on the right, we're going to click Replace. Then click Upload from Computer at the top. And click Browse Files in the middle. Now we just need to find the image on our computer, click on it, and click Open. And then we can click Upload. Then once the image has been uploaded, we can hover over it and click Select. And we'll see our logo has been added. Then if we want to change the size of this image, we just need to click and drag one of the corners. Now there is some writing in my logo, but as the text is white, we can't see it. So I'm going to click in the top right corner, here, and then I'm going to change the background color on the right, and I'm going to make this solid black. And this looks much better. Then under this we can change our text in the same way as before, and then we also have a button underneath. If we click on the button, we can change the button text over here on the right. Then we can paste in whatever URL we want to link the button to under this, or if we leave it as it is, it'll link to our website's homepage by default. Then under this we can choose our button style using this drop-down. And then if we want to change the styling and colors, we can click into button settings here. Then once we're done with the default content, if we hover over where it says Quick Add on the left, we have a bunch of other item blocks we can add to our email. And we just need to click and drag these into position, like with our form, and the options will always be on the right. Then if we want to change the position of anything, we can just click and drag it to wherever we want it. I'm not going to spend too long on the email, as it's all pretty straightforward and similar to the form builder. Plus I'll link to some official documentation and tutorials in the description that will help out if you're stuck. Now before we move on, I do want to delete this image block again, so I'm going to click on it to select it, and then click the trash icon to delete it. Then once we're happy with our email, up in the top right, we can click Send Test Email if we want to send a test version of it to ourselves before we publish it. Then once we're done here, we can click Finish Editing to the right to save our changes. This is going to bring us back to the workflow editor. And now the last thing we want to do in here is change the default name of our email. To do this, we just need to click Edit beside the name in the top left. Then type the new name into this box, and click Update. Then once we've renamed it, we're going to click where it says Start Workflow in the top right to publish it. And at this point we'll see it's been added to this list. And the status is now set to Enabled. And now that we've created our form and set up our automated welcome email, we can add the form to our WordPress website. To do this, we need to click into Forms at the top. Then click on our form name down at the bottom to open it up in the editor. Now over on the right, we need to copy this code here. And we're going to be using this to add the form to our website. So first we need to click Copy to copy the code. And then we're going to click Enable in the top right to activate the form. Then once the form is active, we need to head back over to our WordPress dashboard and open up the page or post we want to add it to in the editor. Now we're going to take a new line where we want to add our form. Then click the plus symbol to the right to add a new block. Type HTML in here, and then click on the HTML block to add it to our page. Now we just need to paste the code we copied in here. And it's worth noting at this point that we can also paste this code into our sidebars or any other widget areas on WordPress using the same method. So we just need to make sure we always use the HTML block to add it. Then once we're done here, we can click Update in the top right to save our changes. And now when we visit the page, we'll see our form is live on our website and it's looking great. And if I fill this out using one of my other email addresses, and click Subscribe, we'll see that it shows our success message. Then if I open up the email inbox for that address, we'll see our welcome email has arrived. And if I click into it, we'll see it's looking just like the preview. And now if we go back to Omnisend and click into Audience at the top, we can see that the email address I used has now been added to my list of subscribers. And if we click into this, we can see the subscribers activity. So we'll be able to see things like when the subscriber joined our form, when they read our emails, and even when they click our email links. Then if we look down at the bottom, we can see it's also got the custom tag attached, so we know what form it came from. Then once we're done here, we can click into Dashboard at the top to get back to the home screen. And now that we've set up our first form and we know it's working, we can create another one. So say we wanted to create a pop-up form that only shows up on specific pages or after a specific amount of time, we just need to click into Forms at the top and then click Create Form on the right. Now over on the left, under Type, we're going to choose Pop-up. And this will show us all the different pop-up forms we can use. Then once we find one we like the look of, we just need to hover over it and click Use Template. This is going to bring us back into the form builder, and just like always, we have the preview in the middle and then the different item blocks we can add on the left. Then down at the bottom we have our success page and our subscribed page. Now everything is changed and edited in the same way as our other form, so I'm just going to leave mine as it is to save time. Then once we have our pop-up form looking the way we want, over on the right we'll see we have a few more options than with the embed form. And if we're not seeing these options, we just need to click where it says behavior at the top. Then just like before, we have audience management. And here we can change the tags. So I'm just going to quickly delete these two default tags and then add a new one called pop-up form. So now anyone who signs up using this form will have this tag attached to their information. Then once we're done, we need to click the back arrow at the top to go back to the list of options, and this is where it starts to get a little different than before. So under this we have scheduling, where we can choose when the form will be live on our site. We can choose a start date or an end date or both, but for mine I'm going to leave this on always show form. Then if we click the back arrow to go back and click into display, this is where we can choose when our form will be shown to a visitor. Here we can choose page visits, so how many pages they'll need to click through before it pops up. Then we also have time on page, scroll depth, and exit intent. For mine, I'm going to choose time on page and set this to 30 seconds. So now this form's going to work on every page on my website and pop up after a visitor spends 30 seconds on the page. Then if we click the back pointing arrow at the top and click into targeting, here we can choose if we want to show or hide our forms for existing contacts, so people who have already subscribed. Then under this we can set specific URLs to show or hide our form on. And now if we click the back arrow to get back to the options, and click into visibility, we can choose what devices we want it to show up on. So we could have one form for mobile only, and then another one for desktop if we wanted them to be different. Then once we're done here, we're going to click the back pointing arrow and click into frequency. And this is how long it will wait before showing the form again to someone who's already seen it. Then if we go back again, the last option here at the bottom is A/B split testing, which allows us to split test our forms. But we're going to leave this one for now, as it can start to get a little bit complicated for anyone who's just starting out. Then once we're finished with these options, we can change the name of our form. So over on the left, we're going to click Edit beside the name, enter the new name into this box, and click Update. And now that we've finished with our form, we're going to click Enable in the top right, deactivate it. Then we don't need to add this form to our website. Pop-up forms will automatically be added to our website using the plugin we installed earlier. So now that I've activated the form, if I head back over to my website, visit any page, and wait 30 seconds, we'll see that the pop-up is now working. Now this form doesn't have a welcome email, but to set one up, we're going to go back to Omnisend and click into Automation at the top. Then here we can either click Add New on the right to create a new one, and then set it up in the same way as our first one. Or we can link it to the same workflow if we like, so it'll be using the same one for both forms. To do this, we just need to click into the workflow at the bottom. Then we're going to make sure that Trigger is selected at the top, and click into Trigger Filters on the right. Now we need to click Add Trigger Filter, choose Form here, set this one to Is, and then choose the new form we just created. Then we need to click Save, and click Update at the bottom. And now this workflow will be active for both the embedded form and the new pop-up form. And then once we're finished here, we can click Publish Changes in the top right. But while we're here in the editor, I just want to quickly show you how to add more emails to an automated series. So say for example we wanted to send another email 3 days after the first one. We just need to click and drag the delay block from the left into the editor after the email. Then we're going to set this to 3 days on the right. And click Update at the bottom. Then we're going to click and drag the email block from the left in here underneath the delay. Now, I'm not going to edit this email to save time in the video, but we just need to click on it, change the information here on the right, and then click Edit Content to edit the email itself. Then once we've edited our email and we're back in the workflow editor, we just need to click Publish Changes in the top right to save our changes. And now when someone triggers this workflow by signing up using one of my forms, it's going to wait 1 minute and then send the welcome email. Then it's going to wait for 3 days and send the second email. And then the subscriber will exit the workflow. Then there are tons of other cool things we can do with Omnisend. We can use it to send automated text messages if we collect mobile numbers, and our free account gets a balance of $1 to try it out. Then we can also add push notifications, which are notifications that will show on our subscriber's mobile device if they opt in for them on our form. And we can send up to 500 of these per month with a free account. These things are all added and edited in basically the same way as our email, but I'll make sure to link to some more tutorials and things in the description that'll show you exactly how. This video was more just to show you how to get started with the basics. Then if you're planning to upgrade your account, you can use the coupon code SAVE20 and you'll get 20% off your bill. And then one last thing I want to mention is that Omnisend also have awesome free support, so if you have any questions or anything, they can definitely help you out. So that's us now at the end of this video, and that was how to get started with Omnisend on WordPress. If you want me to create a part 2 for this video, please leave a comment underneath, and if I get 10 or more comments asking for this, I'll make sure to record it. I really hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, be sure to give the video a like to show your support, and consider subscribing to the channel for more WordPress tutorials in future. Once again, my name's Marty from letsbuildwp.com, and thank you very much for watching.